Your day in Seville, or Seville, begins in the royal palace. It is one of the best examples of Mudéjar architecture and also the oldest European royal palace still in use. Due to its long and interesting history, you can trace several architectonic styles in its structure blending into one another. Originally, the palace began its existence as a Moorish fort. It comprises of several separate palaces and houses. Since 1987, the complex has been a part of the UNESCO World Heritage List. Apart from the stunning buildings, you can also admire the vast gardens. Much like the palace itself, even the gardens are a mixture of Moorish style and the European styles that followed it. The many fountains and pools are all works of art in themselves. During most of the existence of the palace, the purpose of the gardens was not merely aesthetic. Parts of the gardens were also dedicated to growing fruit and vegetables, which were later served to the inhabitants of the palace. Continue to the Maria Luisa Park, where you can find the Plaza de Espana. Built in 1928, it is famous mainly for the beautiful mosaics decorating it. It also boasts a beautiful fountain in its center. The plaza is a blend of Renaissance and Moorish Revival styles. You may remember this magical place from Star Wars movies, where it features as one of the filming locations. There are several ways to explore the plaza apart from just walking. You can either rent a boat or enjoy a horse carriage ride. From the water, you get a whole new perspective of the place. Lovers of greenery should continue exploring Maria Luisa Park. It is one of the largest parks in Seville and definitely the most popular one. It also serves as a botanical garden, so you can come across many interesting plants, exotic trees, and even numerous bird species there. There are also many beautiful ponds and fountains in the park, as well as several monuments dedicated to the best-known artists of Spain. Especially on sunny days, you will certainly appreciate the shade the trees in the park offer, as well as the cooling effects of the ever-present water features. The incredibly ornate town hall dates back to the 16th century. It is a great example of Plateresque architecture, an artistic movement which is a mixture of several styles. Be sure to notice the historical and mythical figures decorating the facade. The majestic Seville Cathedral was finished in the 16th century after 100 years since the construction started and replaced a former mosque. Its bell tower, Giralda, was originally a minaret. The grand Gothic building contains 80 chapels, and it is the largest cathedral in the world, featuring the largest altarpiece in the world. From the top of the tower, which was originally a minaret, you can see the whole city spread at your feet and take some beautiful pictures. The cathedral is also the burial place of the famous explorer and navigator Christopher Columbus, although his body was brought here only in the 19th century. The Gold Tower was built in the 13th century by the Moors to defend the city from Christian invaders. In the Middle Ages, it was turned into a prison. It is said that the tower was once gilded in gold, hence the name. The top of the tower offers exquisite views of the surrounding area. It also houses a naval museum displaying models of ships, including the 3 ships that were used by Christopher Columbus during his voyage to the Indies. You simply cannot pass the Metropole parasol without noticing it. This enormous wooden, amoeba-like umbrella structure is the largest wooden structure in the world, and it is a brilliant example of contemporary architecture. On the ground floor, you can find a market, and the top is an open-air public plaza from which you can get an amazing view of the city. Wrap up your day in Seville while watching the sun go down behind the imposing skyline.